What made us want to become a foster parent was the fact that we made a missionary trip to South America. And once we made that trip, that is what really birthed in us a desire to help children out.
I wanted to become a foster parent because I was with my brother and sister-in-law when they adopted a child from a different county. And we went from the hospital to an unmarked clinic, and while they were in the back room with the doctors, I was in the lobby. And in the lobby there were many kids with what I know now to be social workers. And there was in particular one girl who was wearing a team jersey, and it was signed by all of her friends and classmates and teammates, and she was telling the social worker that she was at least happy she got to finish 1 year in one place. And for me, it was a Oprah Winfrey kind of aha moment.
I wanted to become a foster parent because after raising my 3 sons on my own, and I wanted to make a difference within my community. And the empty nest syndrome was really rising up within me and just strengthening my own community. And I truly believe everything starts with the family first.
We decided to make that phone call to Children's Services. When we received the letter, we decided it was time. My cousin had recently been licensed as a foster parent as well, and seeing her interaction with the foster kids and just becoming family and friends with them helped us to make that decision.
I thought about the process for about maybe a year or so, and I said either I'm gonna do it now or I'm never gonna do it. So I may as well make the difference now and take that initial step and make the phone call.
I made the phone call to become a foster parent knowing that I had time, space, and the ability to take care of other people. So I called and made sure, and I had an initial conversation asking all kinds of questions. Because as a single man, that's not something you typically see. You hear a lot about single women or couples, but as a single man, is that going to be okay? Is it even okay or possible to do? So that was a large part of the phone call.
We chose LCCS because our cousin had already had an affiliate with them, so they had already experienced Lorain County Children's Services, and just based on their experience made us feel a little bit more comfortable in going with the agency here in Lorain.
And we also wanted to help kids in our own neighborhood and kids in our own county.
I chose Lorain County Children's Services after being licensed in Cuyahoga County for a year. I had spoken with several people who were licensed through Lorain County, and there was a vast difference in the ability to communicate and receive services through Lorain County. Meaning if I had a child placed, I knew that I could call anybody in that department within the county, all the way from the head of Children's Services down to my caseworker, to ask for assistance, and I knew that assistance would come.
It took me approximately about a year or two before I made the initial call.
We thought about becoming foster parents for a period of 4 years before we decided that we were going to go this route.
We spoke with actually our pastor about fostering. We went to him about his experiences and also for our spiritual guidance, that we could give to the children. But we went to him, we felt more comfortable with him. Then after speaking to him, then we spoke with, my parents and her parents and told them about our plans.
The people who I spoke to about becoming a foster parent was initially my own children, as well as a couple of my family members, my friends, and a couple of people that was already fostering, but they wasn't a part of Lorain County Children's Services, but they was foster parents.
I talked to several people, my brother and sister-in-law, of course, because they had just adopted and were through the foster situation. I spoke to other additional family and friends. So I reached out and got a lot of different opinions to try to make my own decision and make sure, again, it was a good fit for me and what was the real reason I was doing it. And the real reason, again, was to give refuge and sanctuary to kids in need. And that's initially why I started the process.